Hi, my name is Shirley Barrett, and I work for Pasadena Unified School District in the Facilities Division. My title is Facilities Grounds Coordinator. And what that is, primarily is we passed a bond a couple years ago, actually a few years ago now, 2008, called Measure TT. We're doing modernization of our schools, and what I do is I review all of the landscape and irrigation plans, site plans, and make sure their architects and landscape architects are putting in what the district standards call for. And I make recommendations and changes as needed. And then as the projects get underway, I go out and check out the site demo, make sure they're not taking trees out they're not supposed to take out, and irrigation, and then as they start doing the landscaping and irrigation work, I go out and basically not project manage, but just inspect and make sure that they're doing what the plans and specifications call for. That's my primary function right now. From 1999, when I first started, until 2009, I was the ground supervisor for the district and managed 32 schools and 20 men, and we took care of all of the trees, fields, irrigation, and landscape.
How'd you come here to John Muir?
John Muir High School, because I work in the facilities office, and our facilities office is just right up the street here, the District Service Center. Doss Jones came to me a few years ago and had a vision, and knew that since I was in the facilities department, came to me because originally this area was supposed to be our new CTE building, Career Technical Education building. And the facilities master plan has called for that since 2004, but the school site council determined that that wasn't the direction they were going to go, and they wanted to spend the money on other things. And so when she came up to confirm that that was the case, that we weren't going to ever build a building here, at least not for until the next bond possibly, had the vision of an outdoor CTE, Career Technical Education classroom, and asked me to be involved, and I said sure. And on my own time, I come here, and the district is gracious enough to allow me to use their equipment, and so I come on Saturdays and during my vacation days, and offered to do the irrigation installation. So we've tapped into the main line, irrigation only main line, and ran all new underground irrigation. It's a loop system, and then installed valves, so it'll eventually be on the controller, which is through our central control in our grounds office, so it'll be maintained up there. And then we're putting in low volume irrigation for the plants. So we've incorporated the kids this summer as part of their internship, and we're training them to become drip irrigation installers, and to be leaders and peers training peers, basically.
How are the students involved with the garden at the school? Is it through a curriculum? Is it through an after-school program?
Club 3 or 4 years ago. And it was just this one plot over here, I think 4 or 5 beds. And then just recently, in the last 7 or 8 months, Doss brought Mud Baron into the program. And it went from those 3 or 4 beds in an after-school garden club to a 2-day-a-week lab for the environmental science program. It's an elective for the kids, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Each class had about 15 kids in it, and then we also recruited some of the physical education students who didn't want to dress and walk around the track, but thought, coming over here and digging in the dirt was just as physical activity, at least that's how our PE teachers considered it and gave them credit for physical activity. And we got some labor out of it, and they got some enjoyment out of being part of the garden program. And it's interesting because when they first started, they were like, oh, I don't want to get dirty. And then when they were done at the end of the day, can I come back? I really enjoyed myself. I really learned something here. And it's really empowering to see them transform, attitudes change. Some of the kids in the class wouldn't even tell you their name, and after the third or fourth week into the program, they're coming up and saying, "Hi, how are you?" You know, they just tell you the name, they acknowledge you, they're respectful, and they're really getting a lot out of this. We had a board presentation last Tuesday night where we had, I think, 6 or 8 kids come and speak to the board, recognizing Doss Jones and Mud Baron for the program they brought to the school, how much it's benefited the kids.
Well,